Enrico Bagnaia and Luca Marini. Fabio Quartararo from the season's best 4th, Brad Binder in 5th, and Aleix Espargaro in 6th, all on that hard front tyre. Mavericks
and all Ducati and all VR46 Academy front row led away 3 in Grand Prix. He did the dream double last weekend at the Summit. I'm interested to see who's gone for the deviation on the front. There's your championship standings then. Into this sprint here in Assen. Bagnaia on 160, 16 clear of Martin. What about Marco Bezzecchi? Can he make through that turn number 4 this morning as the riders then come to the grid? Great to see on this Super Saturday. Full grandstands. It'll be even busier here to bring its full throttle. Lights out and we are go here in Assen. It's a really good launch in the middle of that front row from Pecco Bagnaia. Binder's got away superbly as well on the KTM. Marini's going the wrong way. He's already dropped behind Binder and Quartararo, who made a really good start. And Bagnaia.
So Martin now up 3 places into 7th. Here comes Bezzecchi trying to make a move on Binder, but good luck outbreaking Brad Binder into the Gertime chicane.
Yeah, you know Binder's not going to leave any room now to happen to Aleix Espargaro 1 year ago when he got the inside of both Binder and Jack Smith. His speed and pace over the longer distance already coming into question here. Quartararo doing an excellent job. He started 4th and he is going with that top 3.
And Martin got Zarco into the Timmer chicane on the first lap, so he's at the lead of that second group up behind.
He's just too sharp on the brakes going into Timmer chicane. They come through 16, 17 and 18. Fabio Quartararo having by far his best sprint of the season so far. Jorge Martin's got the hammer down, having come through some early traffic. Martin, quickest man on circuit at 1:32.5. Already on the rear tyre of Pecco Bagnaia. This is where he got Binder on the previous lap, but DeVault. This is where Bezzecchi's been really, really strong. His riding style suits the fast flowing of this sprint. Bezzecchi has got the hammer down with a bit of clear track in front of him. He's eating into that deficit to Bagnaia. 1:32.353, best ever of the sprint so far. That was well over 3/10 quicker than Bagnaia.
Zarco getting beaten up badly there in tarmac. Can he immediately start to pull clear?
Straight away in the second sector on this lap number 5, Bezzecchi just charged away. Look at this, you can see it visibly from the helicopter shot. The guy who's bringing big trouble to this lead group right now is Jorge Martin, who's just had a couple of fastest laps in the sprint. He's just set his personal best lap on that previous lap, a 1:32.558. Bagnaia and Binder on that lap forward dropped into the 1:33s. Ferraro keeps the pressure firmly on the shoulders of Binder, who does not crack, doesn't he? Martin's still there in that very menacing 5th place. That is the battle for the final place of the podium. The message here, he'll hear that KTM behind him. Aleix Espargaro, he just set his personal best lap of this sprint, a 1:32.399, and he's starting to drag himself potentially into podium contention here. He's just out of your picture, making big progress towards Martin's rear tyre. Fascinating battle unfolding potentially for the final places on the podium. They are your... Marquez was doing a 1:34.7. You just wonder already whether, having had 2 crashes again this weekend, he came into this Assen Grand Prix with a cracked rib, a really badly swollen ankle, a broken thumb. You just wonder whether physical of the entire season. Johann Zarco's having real trouble here, although he has just fought back on Jackman on that previous lap. He's trying to fight for that solitary final point in this sprint. Good battle that between Alex Marquez, Zarco, Miller and Enea Bastianini is coming into contact with more. He built it up to just under 9/10 on the previous lap. Yeah, through sector 3, which is where he's so good. He's mustered in that 3rd sector. He likes the high-speed corners. As we can see now, a battle between Viñales and Marini.
Keep that personal best lap that Matt mentioned, a 1:32.386, was only half a tenth quicker than Bezzecchi. He's going to have to catch him at a much rapider rate than that to get on terms with his compatriot, with his Brad Binder. Once again, that customary sideways style into...
Jorge Martin might be running out of steam a bit late on here. How much has he had to overwork that soft rear tyre to get himself through from 10th on the grid? On that last lap, Martin lost nearly 0.3 of a second to Aleix Espargaro, and that's dumped him nearly 8/10. The world through the first 3 sectors on this lap number 10. Here comes Quartararo with Binder. The gap now down to under half a second. Over the line they come. Special medals that are given out at the end of this Tissot sprint. Who's going to get the bronze? Maybe even better. Bagnaia then. Again, he has responded quite brilliantly, hasn't he, Bezzecchi?
In this battle for 3rd. Martin's back in the 33s now. He lost half a second on that last lap to Viñales, but with just 2 laps to go, he shouldn't come under pressure for that final place in the top 6 unless he gets any slower. Big attack from Quartararo, and of course we know that KTM is probably the fastest thing in a straight line, so Quartararo's had plenty of time to look at the back of that KTM, but can he figure out a place to make that overtake stick? He gets closest, I think, into Distrubben at the first part of the lap.
Last lap on the way, it looks like Fabio Quartararo just hasn't quite got the late race speed here to go with Brad Binder. It looks like we're locked in here. Bezzecchi, Bagnaia and Binder. Looks like it's going to be BB and B for the podium.
It's out of Distrubben.
And demolition and domination of this Assen Grand Prix weekend. He takes it by the commanding margin of 1.3 seconds clear of Pecco Bagnaia, the young Bezzecchi. There's going to be a body blow here for Brad Binder because he does not know that there's a long lap penalty coming his way due to exceeding the track limits. That was late on, wasn't it? It must have been on the last lap.
Yeah, it's on the last lap, which is an automatic long lap penalty, which will drop into fifth.
Calculated time that they had. Look, Binder's just realised he's looking at the big screens there. You can see the caption across the bottom of the screens. They are shell-shocked, aren't they? Down in the Red Bull Catering Factory, Amsterdam, training, out on a training run, and damaged his left ankle and his toe. He's been in real agony all weekend. So Brad Binder then has to come to pit lane.
Very early on, didn't they, in the sprint? So they were clearly taking liberties in the very early stages of the sprint. He was on that warning from around lap 3 of the sprint, which, as Simon rightly pointed out, even before he got to the last lap, he was on his last warning. Unfortunately, he pushed his luck.
We are making an amazing job. I think he's amazing talent. He worked really, really good, and today was